Namaste, this is chapter 9. Name of the chapter is Cultural Change. Chapter 8 we studied about the structural change. Okay, so cultural change means the changes made in the cultural elements in the society. Cultural elements means material culture as well as non-material culture. And as you already know, culture refers to the socially established norms and patterns of behavior. It includes our way of life, our knowledge, our art, our acquired knowledge and everything that we learned from the society, that is culture. Okay. So, cultural change refers to the changes made in cultural elements, both material as well as the non-material things. Colonialism brought changes in structure as well as culture of Indian society. So, when there is structural change, naturally cultural change also occurs, and vice versa. Cultural change may lead to structural change. So, both are interconnected. And in this chapter, we are discussing about these cultural changes under two headings. The first part is social reform movements of 19th and early 20th century and changes due to that, and the second part is changes due to Sanskritization, westernization, secularization and modernization. So this chapter is divided into two main parts. First part is about the social reform movements of 19th and 20th century, and second part is about the social processes that led to social change, and the processes were Sanskritization, westernization, secularization and modernization. Understood? Cultural changes in Indian society in this chapter are analyzed under two headings. So this is an introductory part, you don't bother about this part. Okay. Now we are moving to the serious part, and this can be asked for 8 mark or a 6 mark question. Social reform movements of 19th and 20th, early 20th century. So here we are actually discussing about the contributions of various reformers, and we are saying that the ideas these reformers took were a combination of Western as well as traditional ideas, and that is the main point of attention in this part, social reform movements of 19th and early 20th century. Okay, so before that we are writing few sentences as an introduction. Most of the social reform movements emerged in India during 19th century, and the major issues were sati, child marriage, widow remarriage, caste discrimination, etc. So these were the major issues that major social evils that were present during that time. Okay, sati, child marriage, widow remarriage and caste discrimination. At the same time, even before the colonial rule, there were attempts to control social evils. There were social evils, and few reform movements such as Bhakti movement, Sufi movements and Buddhist leaders tried to control the social evils present in the traditional Indian society. And most of the ideas of the reformers were a combination of Western ideas as well as traditional ideas. They do not wanted to go away from the traditional ideas. They wanted to present a combination of Western ideas as well as traditional ideas. Now we are discussing one by one the reformers and their works, and what was that combination, what was the Western idea and what was the traditional idea. First one is Rajaram Mohan Roy. He started Brahma Samaj, and he was against sati practice. Okay, so he wanted to abolish sati, and his ideas were the combination of humanitarianism, natural rights, both are modern ideas, and Hindu doctrines. He took ideas from Hindu doctrines, at the same time he took modern ideas of humanitarianism and natural right. Then second person is Mahadev Govind Ranade. He established Prarthana Samaj, and he worked for widow remarriage. He wanted widows to remarry, and he studied different books written by various modern writers. At the same time he read Vedic books also. and he wrote a book, The Text of the Hindu Law, on the lawfulness of the remarriage of widows and Vedic authorities for widow remarriage. These are the two books written by Mahadev Govind Ranade. This you have already studied in your third or fourth chapter. Okay, and his ideas were a combination of Hindu law and modern knowledge. Okay. So, a third person is Sir Syed Ahmad Khan. He started Aligarh movement, and his main aim was Muslim women's upliftment, and he took ideas from Quran. At the same time, he took ideas from modern scientific knowledge. So, his ideas were also a combination of Western ideas as well as traditional ideas. Okay, Sir Syed Ahmad Khan started Aligarh movement, worked for Muslim women's upliftment. The next person is K. Veerashalingam. He is from Andhra Pradesh. He wrote a famous book, The Sources of Knowledge, and he took ideas from Navya Nyaya logic. Navya means new logic, and Nyaya means actually it is Vedas. Okay, so he took ideas from Navya Nyaya logic, and he even translated a British writer Julius Huxley's book. Okay. Then last point is our education system also took modern and liberal ideas for learning, for content, for curriculum making. Our education system took modern as well as liberal ideas for learning, and the contents of humanities and social sciences were drawn from European Renaissance, European Revolution, Reformation and Enlightenment. Okay. So, Indian education system took modern ideas and liberal ideas for learning, and most of the contents of humanities and social science were taken from European Renaissance, Reformation and Enlightenment. Themes were liberal, secular and humanistic. So, here we discussed about Rajaram Mohan Roy, then Ranade, then Syed Ahmad Khan, then Veerashalingam, and about our educational system. So, that is about the 19th, 20th century reformers' work. Next. This is another part of these same social reform movements of 19th and 20th century, and when an essay is coming for 6 marks, then you have to write those reformers' work only, no need to write this, but this can be separately asked for 6 marks. Sociologist Satish Sabharwal on modern framework of social change in colonial India. Sabharwal is a sociologist. He points out 3 aspects of change. 3 aspects of change in colonial India. First one is there are changes in modes of communication. Second is there are changes due to different forms of organization. Different types of organization are there. And fourth one is the nature of ideas. Okay, so this is the ideology given by this Satish Sabharwal, and he pointed out there are 3 aspects of change in colonial India. First one is modes of communication, second one is forms of organization, and third one is nature of ideas. So, modes of communication, it is simple. He says new technology speeded up our communication. We have printing press, we have microphone, we have steam engine, we have railway, etc. And this helped people to communicate, to exchange their cultural ideas. People move from one place to another, they communicate new ideas. The ideas of one place may easily be transferred to to other places. So, that is what he meant here. So, new technologies speeded up our communications that helped people to move from one place to another. Keshav Chandra Sen of Bengal visited Madras in 1864. Pandit Ramabhai visited different places. Even Christian missionaries reached Meghalaya, Mizoram and Nagaland. Okay, and that also indirectly changed the cultural elements. Culture is moving from one place to another. When people are visiting different places, naturally their ideas, their material as well as non-material elements are transferring or moving to the other places. Then second part is forms of organization. Different organizations were there in that time. First one is Brahma Samaj in Bengal, Arya Samaj in Punjab, All India Muslim Women's Conference 1914 etc. started during colonial period. So different ideas and different cultural aims were there for these organizations. In 1868, Vishnu Shastri translated Vidyasagar's book in Marathi language, and Vishnu Shastri translated Vidyasagar's book into Marathi, understood? Into Marathi language, and published that in Indu Prakash. Okay, published that work in Indu Prakash. And this time saw many translations of writings of social reformers from one language to another. People started to translate. Okay, most of the writings were in Hindi, Sanskrit and in Bengali, and people started to translate these writings, the ideas of social reformers, into their languages. Then third is nature of ideas. First was mode of communication, second is forms of organization, and third is nature of ideas. Most of the ideas were revolutionary. Modern ideas such as liberalism, freedom were the dominant ideologies of that time, and new ideas of homemaking and marriage evolved. New roles of mothers and daughters evolved. Value of education, especially female education, were debated. The importance of female education were debated during that period. And reformers argued that for a progressive society, women should be educated. We need educated women for a progressive society. And even Jyotiba Phule opened her first school for women in Pune in 1848. Can be asked for 1 mark. Jyotiba Phule opened her first school for women in Pune. So these are the points of Satish Sabharwal. 3 main points given by Satish Sabharwal. There are 3 main aspects of change given by Satish Sabharwal: mode of communication, forms of organization, and nature of ideas. Okay. Then the social reform movements have common features as well as differences. So we are discussing that opposed ideas. Okay, first one is some bothered about problems of upper caste and middle class women and men. ചിലർ അപ്പർ കാസ്റ്റ് ആണുങ്ങളുടെയും പെണ്ണുങ്ങളുടെയും അല്ലെങ്കിൽ മിഡിൽ ക്ലാസ് ആണുങ്ങളുടെയും പെണ്ണുങ്ങളുടെയും പ്രോബ്ലംസിനെ കുറിച്ച് ബോധേഡായിരുന്നു. ബട്ട് സം അതേഴ്സ് ബോധേഡ് അബൌട്ട് ഡിസ്ക്രിമിനേഷൻ ഓഫ് കാസ്റ്റ്. ദളിതരെയും താഴ്ന്ന വർഗ്ഗക്കാരെയും ഡിസ്ക്രിമിനേറ്റ് ചെയ്തതിനെ കുറിച്ചായിരുന്നു മറ്റു ചിലർ ആയിട്ടുണ്ടായിരുന്നത്. Some believe these social evils are due to the decline of true spirit of Hinduism. ചിലർ പറയുന്ന ഹിന്ദുയിസത്തിൻ്റെ സത്ത തന്നെ നശിച്ചു പോയതുകൊണ്ടാണ്, അതിൻ്റെ എന്താ പറയുക, മൂല്യച്ചുഴി കൊണ്ടാണ് ഇങ്ങനെ സോഷ്യൽ ഈവിൾസ് ഉണ്ടാകുന്നതെന്ന് ഒരു വിഭാഗം വാദിച്ചപ്പോൾ some others കാസ്റ്റ് ആൻഡ് ജെൻഡർ ഓപ്പറേഷൻ വാസ് ഇൻട്രിൻസിക് ടു ദ റിലിജിയൻ. ഈ ജാതിയും അതുപോലെ ജെൻഡർ ഓപ്പറേഷനുമൊക്കെ മതങ്ങൾക്ക് വളരെ അത്യാവശ്യമെന്ന് പറയുന്ന ഒരു വിഭാഗവും ഉണ്ടായിരുന്നു. ഒഴിച്ചുകൂടാൻ പറ്റാത്തതാണ് എന്ന് പറയുന്ന ഒരു വിഭാഗവും ഉണ്ടായിരുന്നു. അപ്പോൾ ഇതിൻ്റെ ജസ്റ്റ് ഓപ്പോസിറ്റാണ്. ഇവിടെ ഹിന്ദുമതം മൂലമാണ് സോഷ്യൽ ഈവിൾസ് ഉണ്ടാകുന്നതെന്ന് പറയുന്നു. ഇവിടെ എന്താ പറയുന്നത്, ഹിന്ദുമതത്തിൽ അത് വളരെ അത്യാവശ്യമാണെന്ന് പറയുന്ന ഒരു വിഭാഗമുണ്ട്. Another set, Muslim social reformers debated the meaning of polygamy and parda. പർദയും പോളിഗമിയൊക്കെ വളരെ അത്യാവശ്യം എന്ന് പറയുന്നു. Some others from Bengal were against this. ചിലരതിന് എഗൻസ്റ്റുമാകുന്നു. Sati was opposed by Brahma Samaj versus the Orthodox Hindu community of Bengal formed Dharma Samaj for retaining Sati. Sati is the birthright of women എന്നൊക്കെ പറഞ്ഞിട്ട് ധർമ്മസഭ മുന്നോട്ട് വരുന്നു. ബട്ട് Raja Ram Mohan Roy was against Sati. So these were the contradicting differences as well as common features. Besides the common features, there are differences also in this reformers ideologies. Okay, then Dalits often went against Hindu teaching. Mukta Bhai from Phule's school penned. Mukta Bhai is a 13-year-old girl. She wrote in a newspaper that let that religion where only one person is privileged and the rest are deprived perish from this earth. ചില ആൾക്കാർ പ്രിവിലേജ്ഡ് ആയിട്ടും മറ്റു ചിലർ എന്താ പറയുക ഡിപ്രൈവ്ഡ് ആയിട്ടും ഒന്നും കൊടുക്കാതെ അവരെ അവഗണിക്കുന്ന ഒരു റിലിജ്യൻ ഉണ്ടെങ്കിൽ അത് ലോകത്ത് നിന്ന് നശിക്കട്ടെ എന്ന് മുക്താഭായി ഹൂ വാസ് സ്റ്റഡിയിങ് in Jyotiba Phule school wrote in a newspaper in 1852. That can be asked for 1 mark. Jahanara Shah Nawaz spoke against polygamy. Being a Muslim, she wanted to stop polygamy. Okay. During All India Women's Conference, she passed a resolution against polygamy, and she said that Quran does not support polygamy. ഖുറാൻ ഒരിക്കലും പോളിഗമിയെ സപ്പോർട്ട് ചെയ്യുന്നില്ല. സോ മുസ്ലിം ലേഡീസ് ഷുഡ് സ്റ്റോപ്പ് പ്രാക്ടീസിങ് polygamy, and she said that Quran does not support polygamy and educated ladies should come forward to stop this. ഇതിനായിട്ട് എഡ്യൂക്കേറ്റഡ് ലേഡീസ് മുന്നോട്ട് വന്നിട്ട് ഇതിനെ നിർത്തണം എന്നാണ് ജഹനാര ഷാനവാസ് പറയുന്നത്. ഷാ നവാസ്. ഇനി മെനി ന്യൂസ് പേപ്പേഴ്സ് വർ അഗൻസ്റ്റ് ദിസ്. ഒരുപാട് പേര് ഇതിന് എഗൻസ്റ്റ് ആയിട്ട് ജഹനാരയുടെ ഈ ഒരു സ്റ്റേറ്റ്മെൻറ്റിന് എഗൻസ്റ്റ് ആകുന്നു. ബട്ട് തഹസീബ് ഇ നിസ്വാൻ, എ ലീഡിംഗ് ജേർണൽ ഫോർ വുമൻ published from Punjab, supported Jahanara Shanawaz, though many others disapproved. ഈ ബട്ടങ്ങ് കട്ട് ചെയ്യുക കേട്ടോ. ഒരുപാട് പേര് അതിനെ എതിർക്കുകയും ചെയ്തു എന്നുള്ളതാണ്. അപ്പോൾ ഇവിടെ നിങ്ങൾക്ക് മനസ്സിലായാലും ഒരാൾ പറയുന്നതിന് ജസ്റ്റ് ഓപ്പോസിറ്റാണ് മറ്റൊരു വിഭാഗം സോഷ്യൽ റിഫോമേഴ്സ് പറയുന്നത്. അതാണ് ഈ 2 സ്ലൈഡിലായിട്ട് നമ്മൾ ഡിസ്കസ് ചെയ്തത്. ലാസ്റ്റ് 2 സ്ലൈഡ് അതൊരു 4 മാർക്കിനൊക്കെ ചോദിക്കാം. അപ്പോൾ അതിനെ ചുരുക്കി എഴുതുക. പക്ഷേ ഇതിനകത്ത് നിറയെ 1 മാർക്ക് ചോദ്യങ്ങളൊക്കെ ഉണ്ട്. ഈ മുക്താഭായിയെക്കുറിച്ച്, ജ്യോതിബ ഫുലെയെക്കുറിച്ച്, അതുപോലെ ആൾ ഇന്ത്യ വിമൻസ് കോൺഫറൻസ്, തഹസീബി നിസ്വാനെ കുറിച്ച് ചോദിക്കാറുണ്ട്.